Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into the ultimate cosmic mystery, the unseen force holding our entire universe together. We're talking about gravitation. Even if you think you know the basics, trust me, really unpacking how this works is going to give you a whole new appreciation for literally everything around us. Let's get right into it.
So, I want you to think about a bizarre, everyday glitch in physics. How exactly do objects fall when no force is applied to them? I mean, we see things fall all the time, right? But we rarely stop and ask ourselves why they start moving when absolutely nothing physically pushes them. It's a real puzzle.
To get to the bottom of this, let's just do a really quick thought experiment using a simple stone. You don't need a fancy lab for this one, just your imagination.
Okay, picture this. Step 1, you're holding a stone in your hand, completely still. Step 2, you just let it go. You don't throw it, you don't push it, zero force. But then step 3, as it falls, it doesn't just lazily drift down. It actually gains speed. The closer it gets to the ground, the faster it goes. And it does this entirely on its own. And here is where the mystery really kicks in. On one hand, you have Newton's golden rule of motion. An object at rest stays at rest unless an external force messes with it. But, reality check, our drop stone was at rest, we gave it absolutely no push, and yet it moved. So, if Newton's rule holds up, there literally has to be some invisible external force grabbing that stone.
So to track down this invisible culprit, we turn to the ultimate scientific detective, Sir Isaac Newton. We've all heard the famous story of Newton and the apple, right? Well, he basically watched the exact same thing happen that we just imagined with our stone, and he started putting the puzzle pieces together. Which brings us to his absolute game changer of a conclusion. He realized the object wasn't just magically deciding to move. Instead, the Earth itself exerts a force of attraction on the apple. The planet is basically acting like a giant, invisible magnet, constantly pulling things straight down toward its center. Okay, so we've cracked the case of the falling object. The culprit is the Earth itself. But now we really need to nail down what this invisible pull actually is. Let's clear up the exact terminology here. First up, we have gravitation. By definition, gravitation is the inherent property of two objects to attract one another. The key word here is property. Gravitation isn't just an action you take, it's a fundamental, built-in quality of matter. Basically, any two physical bodies out there just naturally have this characteristic that makes them want to draw closer together. Now, the really crucial part is understanding the difference between that built-in property and the action itself. That brings us to gravitational force. While gravitation is the property of attraction, gravitational force is the actual, specific force applied when those two bodies pull each other in. Think of gravitation as the potential, and gravitational force as the invisible muscle actually doing the heavy lifting. All right, with those definitions locked in, let's zoom way, way out. We started small, with an apple and a stone, but the impact of this invisible muscle, it dictates our existence on a massive, mind-blowing scale. Let's look at things right here on Earth. Gravitational force is literally the reason we can stand upright. It's the ultimate glue. It secures everything, your house, your car, the device you're using right now, firmly to the ground. It's why falling leaves, dropped fruit, or that stone from our thought experiment all faithfully hit the dirt. Without this constant downward pull, we would all just float away into the void. But hey, it definitely doesn't stop at our atmosphere. Think about the cosmic scale for a second. This exact same force, the one pulling an apple to the grass, is single-handedly sustaining the entire solar system. It's this epic, invisible tether that keeps all the planets orbiting the sun and keeps moons safely circling their planets. It is the ultimate organizer of the universe. And here's a totally wild fact that we just take for granted every single day. Gravitational force is actually holding the Earth's atmosphere in place. That invisible blanket of gases we breathe, it's not contained by some giant glass dome. It's actively being hugged tightly to the planet by gravity. Without it, all our precious air would instantly boil off into the vacuum of space. It also exerts this incredible, unstoppable control over our oceans. Gravitational force is the main driver behind ocean tides. That massive, rhythmic push and pull of water on our coastlines is a direct result of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun gravitationally interacting with each other. It's like a daily, visible reminder of this invisible power pulling the strings. So to wrap this all up, I want to leave you with a question that really cements how vital this force is. If there were no gravity, would it ever rain or snow? Well, the answer is a hard no.
Water droplets and snowflakes entirely rely on gravitational force to fall out of the clouds and water the soil. Without this unseen pull, our entire planetary ecosystem would just collapse. Gravity isn't just making stones fall, it's the silent engine making life itself possible. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and next time you drop something, take a second to appreciate the unseen forces at work.